alive one more time. Gonna celebrate. Whoa, I wasn't expecting someone to speak to me. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher. I'm so confused, bro. I'm fucking really guided to some light cards right now. We are super in the light. How'd that happen? I don't know. I'm filled with light. It's a little strange given the circumstance. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, I am your teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, his very first child, the Lilith reincarnated, your spiritual psychoanalyst, the goddess of the moon that rules over the mind and the emotions. Today is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page and my latest live videos. Also, my shorts. I transmuted. I said I was going through it for like at least the last couple days, that I was fucking transmuting energy. Yeah, go ahead. You could take it. Wait a minute. Go ahead. I think. Yeah. I said I was transmuting energy. And I was, purging. And then I finally purged it all today. And then I came to this, the freaking, which in the tree of life, the limitations get pushed. And you have to go through a death, transformation, and rebirth. And then you're filled with all this inspiration. Right before what? What's tomorrow? Jupiter Day. Ta-da! We're right on schedule. Then we'll hit Venus and shoot right back up. Bing, 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 bing. Have you guys ever played ping-ball? Or pinball? Yeah, that's what we're doing around here. Freaking my balls. So, we're shooting from, I don't know, not necessarily dark, but straight into the light. I was really guided to go to those damn dolphin oracles, which are like so hefty duties. And I was thinking about Mary Magdalene. That's how I knew I was in some serious light. But then I came over here and I was guided to my light cards that I pull on Sundays. The sixth ray of devotion is what we're going to pull. I don't know. I'm filled with light. Really? Yeah, we could pull one dark card. We could pull the crow. I'm seeing that. But I'm filled with new energy. It happened. What happened? Just a flush, and then I took a baptism. I'm doing all of these. I tried to show you. It's not really, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. It's just, oh God, ritual is the word. But you do these certain ceremonies for certain times and stuff like that. So without knowing, I can prove it. Our 10-day energy is going to change too. So we're going into, a new season, which is Samhain, or, Halloween brings in a new Wiccan season. So when this happens, all of these seasons, there's like 6 of them, I have to do all kinds of rituals. Of course, this is the ritual for the dead, so there's a lot of that shit going on. But according to our 10-day forecast, which should align as well, where are we at? November 1st. See what I mean? So we're opening up the gates. I show you that I do this. I always do these things. And it's like I do it ritually. Like all the time? Yeah, like all the time. It doesn't matter if Saturday night is fucking Dia de los Muertos and then I got church on Sunday. Seriously? Yeah, I wear many hats, dude. I'm a priestess and I work with all deities and I have to do all of this stuff. So earlier I taught you guys all of the herbs that I would have to make. Each time, we open a gate, I get together and I make all of these, banishment or sage burns, as I tell you. And I do ritual acts with candles. I do baptisms. I do anointing of the body. We eat particular items. We offer particular items. We listen to music. And we get in the spirit of the spirit of the new energy that's coming. I do that for new moons. We do that for full moons. We do that for Sabbaths. We do that for all kinds of shit. Really? Yup. And by ritual, I mean it's just a ritual act, like brushing your fucking teeth. There are those that we said in the cards earlier that just dabble with it and they do it, they go to church on Sundays, or they go to church on Christmas and Easter. There's those. But that's not true, and that's what I was talking about, my light cards. All of those cards are designated for light days, which would be a Sunday. Or a Thursday, perhaps. Which has been a while. So that's how that works, is they're all for confirmation to the energy, to be honest. So we're going to pull my next crow card, and that's the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. And I believe this is about new foundations. Just off the top of my head. Let's see. You hear the velvet flap of wings on the air and scan the horizon for a sign of your returning herald. It whispers news of how all your plans and schemes are taking shape in the many realms you've journeyed. Armed with this knowledge, you pivot from analysis to action. Everything is falling into place. Well, I feel that. Do you feel like you're in alignment? Or do you feel like everything's out of alignment? Keyword. The journey has begun. Return on investment. Evaluating progress. At the mercy of external forces. That's like an easy way to say it. You know, I have said that in the last 3 days. I feel like everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Again, I wasn't supposed to take a job offer until after my appointment tomorrow. I plan to do all of this stuff accordingly and work into, seeding my future. Really? Yes. It's baby steps. I think everything is good. And that's what it says. It's like return on your investment. My seeds will pop tomorrow. For sure. Evaluating my progress. That's what I looked at. And I was able to break the fucking... Not break. Complete. Nothing's broken. It's complete. And that's where you'll hear some tarot readers talk about you've completed a soul contract. Now it's up to you if you want to write another. And that's really what it is we came here, and that's what I guess we're going to read about in the Palladian's book. Because that's where the dolphin oracles come from too. Well, we have our message tonight. Welcome. At the mercy of external forces. You can't force God. Sure, go ahead. Be a force against God. Who are you? Lucifer? How'd that work out? How did that work out? I didn't force God. I just didn't do what God said. I didn't try to fight him. I just didn't do what he said. And he didn't fight me. It's not like he could... That's what you don't understand, and I try to teach you the very power of free will. But how condemning it is. Really? Yeah. But that was the speciality in my relationship to God. Because when I looked up and I sat with God, it's like, you didn't destroy me as you did mankind. And my jealousy, not jealousy. Ooh, maybe I do keep jealousy. I said I didn't have any jealousy. Well, that would be lies, because me and we all hate mankind. What is the word for it, though? It's not hate. What does it stem from? Jealousy. Just when you think you're out of the woods, you see another monster you gotta go back and fight. I think it was resentment over the years, because in the essence, God's authority was God's authority to the highest authority to us. But he was all for... Nah, really. I guess I just... That's a conversation for me and the old man. We'll save that for later. Let's move on to these soul contracts. Father time over there. I was guided to sit here and shuffle my cards before I decided to get online. What are we going to talk about? Soul contracts. Do you know what a soul contract is? These are these people you're all like, oh, it's my soulmate. Sure. Okay. And then there's me that has all these twin flames. What's the difference? Oh, I got the fucking dolphin book out. Oh, god damn it. I said I was going to read them, but they're really, like, deep. You ever be reading and you're like, geez, okay, I'm really tired of reading this. There's no fun in this. It's like reading the newspaper. Hold on a second. Soul contracts are contracts that you have with people, with souls, before you get here. So you decide you're going to do all this shit. And then you go around and you're like, hey, Do you want to go with me to Earth and help me learn some shit? What are you gonna learn? Yeah, it'll be fun. I don't want somebody else to do it. I want somebody I know to do it. Can you teach me this? Oh yeah, this should be great. Alright, pretty much. Where did I go to? Sleep chamber. That's where I'm going back to. I've been in so many sleep chambers lately. No, we don't want to know how the dolphin moves. We're going to talk about these stupid psychic agreements and contracts. Oh god, here comes the life suckers called my twin flames. What is it? It's not really them. It's a part of me inside of them that keeps them alive. How about that? Parasites. In your daily life, you are constantly making psychic agreements or contracts with people, some corresponding to conscious agreements such as luncheon dates or telling your housemate you will do the laundry if he or she will cook dinner. When the activity is completed, the contract dissolves. No hooks are left. However, there are many types of contracts you make with others that are totally unconscious or subconscious. For instance, you may have a friend who has a strong tendency to blame others. You, on the other hand, may be afraid to disagree with people for fear of making them mad at you and losing their friendship. So you and your friend have created a subconscious agreement that you will always side with him or her against others no matter what, and your friend will never get angry at you. This type of contract is very codependent. It assists you... As I say this, I'm like, here we go, Bowie. We're about to hang on the cross here. You're going to help me reclaim my sexuality. Really? Yeah. You assist this friend, and that's really all he could do. He couldn't offer me any more. You assist this friend in remaining blaming and negative, and he or she helps you stay afraid of anger and rejection. Neither person has much freedom to grow and evolve in these areas of life. Therefore, when you discover or even suspect that you may be in an unhealthy contract with others, it's important to clear them. Okay. Well, we knew it was toxic. I just didn't know what I was supposed to learn from it. I mean, I was learning a lot, can't you tell? Some contracts need to be released because they usurp your free will in an inappropriate way. For example, I have numerous clients who, after ending relationships, cannot seem to let go completely and make way for new relationships in their lives. Often I find clients holding on to contracts as if you ever change, I'll get back together with you, or I'll wait for you forever. I won't allow myself another relationship because I left you and you were hurt and angry about it. I have also found contracts between ex-lovers to have children together even though they do not intend to get involved again. These types of agreements literally paralyze you in a particular area of your life they rule. They do not allow you to change your mind, forgive, or do whatever is needed in order to move on. This is the twin flame fucking community, bro. They're fucking brainwashed. And this is, as I seen it, it's like, you kind of do. It's a bad place to be. I've been there with a lot of them. If you ever change, I'll give you another chance. I'll wait for you forever. I think I told you, Marshall, that a lot. I'm waiting. What else am I going to do? I just have to wait for you, right? Is there anyone better than you? I'm just going to wait for you. Dude, you're just getting older, and so am I. Or I won't allow myself another relationship because I left you. No, none of that yet. I've also found contracts between ex-lovers. Yeah, no children. These types of agreements literally paralyze you. Yup. They do not allow you to change and move on. Yup. If you tend to take on other people's emotions and problems, you probably did that for one or both of your parents when you were very young. Most families have at least one member who functions, here we go, Russell, you and your mommy issues, who functions as an emotional dumpster for the parent and or the other children. People's contracts in this agreement vary with respect to specifics, and they have similarities. The following are examples. All right. Everybody, we're facing issues. So much for going into the light. You take your mother's fear so she will be more capable of meeting your physical needs. You absorb all the anger between your parents so they do not hurt each other or you, but you never have permission to express your anger. As the oldest, you take care of your younger children's physical and emotional needs and put your own needs last. Since mom has okay, let's stop. Why'd I stop? It's tender. Since mom has stopped nurturing and being sexual with dad, you become surrogate wife, absorbing his excess emotions and sexual energies and letting him take your second chakra energy whenever he feels the need. It's a contract. What? Sexual abuse? Mother can drain your life force anytime she wants because she gave you life, therefore you owe it to her. You feel guilty for being a burden to mom or dad, so you volunteer to take their emotions and pain and give them your energy. This list is not intended to make anyone look like a bad guy. It's meant to awaken you to your nature of psychic agreements in society that tends to encourage emotional repression, codependency, and denial. Following are other common types of agreements. Family members who never acknowledge a parent's drinking problem, violence, bad temper, financial lack, or whatever else there might be family shame about. That's where you protect them. You protect them. You enable them by protecting them, by not making them accountable. You take another person's fear to prove you will not hurt him or her. Others have in the past. You exchange sex for financial support. You have disagreements with the boss, so he will not fire you. Or you never disagree with the boss, so they will not fire you. You will never marry until after your mother dies, nor will you live far away from her. Oh my God. Therefore, you will always be available if she needs you or is lonely. Whoa. This list could go on and on. Hopefully by now you have a sense of the nature of personal contracts. There is also societal and planetary contracts. For example, of societal contracts. We who live on the east side of town do not associate with the other races or general lowlives on the north side, and we agree that the west side residents are snobs. I pointed this out last time and had a huge laugh. This stands where I'm at right now. Really? For sure. People in social groups do not wear bright colors. We support each other's victimization by playing poor me games and agreeing with one another, there's me too over there, that we do not have a chance in this world. Misery loves company, and another way to say, we only associate with members of our church because we are the only good people in town. Some of the planetary contracts I've found clear myself and cleared in myself and clients were, we agree that everyone on the planet must be under the rule and answerable to the organizational government. If that government has dark entities running and possessing its leaders, we must submit to them as well. Okay. I feel like that's Mr. Plum's way of thinking. We are only living beings in existence. There is no life beyond Earth. Women shall be held in oppression with the Adam and Eve lie that women brought down darkness upon the planet. There are many more. By now, at least one example of your contract probably is familiar, ringing to you personally. You probably have ideas about one not specific. You can clear these agreements by using the following process. Begin one of the planetary contracts mentioned above, then do a personal one of your own. Close your eyes, ground yourself, and pull in your aura. Check your boundary, colors, and roses. Run a cosmic gold or earth energy to put them on automatic. Visualize legal documents that say contract at the top. Now, let me stop there. I've made a couple of videos and I talked about how I was in spiritual court trying to break this contract with Bobby a long time ago while I was trying to break Russ's. No, I was trying to persecute Russ. I was fully aware that we were fulfilling a contract, but I felt like he was going beyond the means of it. And at that time, I still had the contract open with. I had too many open contracts. It was just annoying me. So I wanted to sever the contract with Bobby, but I didn't actually get the healing. So there was no closing the contract. You have to teach me a lesson about myself. How many of you have already done that? And you wonder where the distance came. All we have in common is our negativity. So it brings us together, and I heal it. So right now, even though I'm doing it with Bobby, I was supposed to do it with fucking Wolfman. I was supposed to do all of this. This whole Knight of Wands, this is his fucking energy. I brought him in, but I broke the contract. I broke it. It was irreparable. I didn't even do it magically. I just did it mouthy. Really? Yeah, his ego would not forgive. His ego wouldn't forgive for us to proceed. Really? Yeah, he's very unforgiving. He's not of the light. So it wasn't even that deal. So then in that moment, as I was supposed to proceed in this energy, I got pushed back to where the original Knight of Wands energy. I still needed to learn these things. No matter what, though, I would have still came back to Bobby with the intention of wanting to have a happy home. Again, that was only with him. I saw that. And so it's with him I want that. Everyone else, I'm just like, yeah, sure. I don't fully, it's not that. That's what he awoken. And that's where it is like, through Russ, I can see, you know what I mean? My shadows. They all show my shadows. Pretty much. Long story short. And, of course, Mercury retrograde, this is where you run back into your shadows. So before I ran, I saw, this is that shadow phase of the Mercury retrograde. And I'm like, oh, let's not do this again. I know these energies. I know they're going to pull us together again. Come on! Not again. I've been working on this all summer, so we didn't do this. Here it is. Damn it. I figured it out. Alright. Anyways, what is this talking about? It's just some shit that you do. You can visualize breaking it. Does that work? I don't believe so. You have to go through the long process of them just, I wouldn't say burning up, but fulfilling. You know what I mean? They just fulfill. Where it's like, it's no longer me blaming you. It's me that I've seen that I am you. And I forgive you because I've had to see it in me. And now I'm at the point of, will you forgive me for persecuting you for being like me? And then it's done. And then it's done. You project onto somebody and that person is a mirror to you. You know? My ex-husband. A contract, right? First off, he needed someone in a lifetime of hell to come bring him a little bit of peace. Okay? Why I was with him. Through that contract, which fulfilled my my karma of round 2 of playing wifey. Through that, through his battles, and that's what it is. I still, at that time, not until my awakening, did I know of my own sexual traumas. So through him, I was able to fight battles that I wasn't able to fight for myself. You know what I mean? There's these contracts. It's like, you served an enormous purpose in my life. But no more, because I'm not that person anymore. You were the most important person in my life at that time in my life. But I'm not in that time in my life anymore. And that's what happens when you shift timelines. They become strangers again. But you have a reverence and a respect. As much as he makes my skin crawl, I have to know that he was what I needed at that time in my life. And from that, we gave life to, you know what I mean, my future, which is my children. and that wasn't his life. Through him, I was given life. And that's kind of like, Morgan said it flat out. She's like, I'll have another kid. Doesn't matter if he sticks around. It was like, this is what I wanted. I wanted to, you know what I mean? She wanted another chance. She actually is a mother of 4. She had 3 children ripped out of her life for not being, the great mother. So this is a chance for her to get it right. And she'd be willing to do it again, too. You know what I mean? And that's what God says is, my time to have more children and have another relationship is my time to get it right. Right? And that's really what it is. It's like you have to go through this. Each of these people in life teach you so much about yourself. Yeah, some of them you become, like going back to him is like, I gave him everything. I gave him all of myself. I was completely self-sacrificing. But that was a lesson that I needed to learn and probably something he just needed in his life at that time. Do you know what I mean? Where nobody else had given to him in that way. And so, it was a balance in this and that, but it kept both of us enabled and unhealed and this and that, and we move on. And that's just kind of where it is. Going back to my first boyfriend, husband, whatever, he showed me a whole new world. He gave me life. He may have, you know what I mean? He taught me, he grew me up real fast. How about that? We grew up together real fast. And at that time, he was my best friend and the only person to take me away and show me life. You know what I mean? And even though, like, the thoughts, when I think of them, I have a bad feeling, those are just from the bad experiences. But I have to honor that, you know what I mean? You took me away from my home where I was suffering and gave me a new home. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of where it is. And going back to Bobby, it's like, you made me believe in something. You took me away from my life and made me want a different life. And that's where it kind of is. It's like these are these contracts that put you, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, I came here for this and I got it. This is what I came for. Yeah. Stuff like that. It goes on for 2 fucking pages on how to, burn these motherfuckers out of your energy. Then there's decording. Psychic cords are concended. Tube-like energies form with which you bond or exchange energy with another person. They are both healthy and unhealthy use of cords. I will give you 3 examples of healthy cords. First, when babies are born, they ideally have cords in their hearts and root chakra with their mothers. Their heart chakra cord allows infants to bond with their mothers on a soul level. Root chakra cord helps the infants to feel grounded and safe. By the time children are between 5 and 7 years old, optimally the children they dissolve these cords, creating more autonomy and self-expression. I told you 3 to 5 is my favorite, but after that they start growing up and becoming distancing. I still have a psychic cord with my son, very strong. We have a very strong psychic cord, me and my son, and my daughter. You saw it the other day. Well, that's just my intuition. It knows everything. It was like, oh, she's coming. I can feel her coming. The second example of healthy cording is sexual relationships. Lovers generally have cords between their heart and sacral chakras for exchanging love and sexual energy and soul bonding. I thought it was a negative cord between us, but that's a cord that we have between Bobby and I. I only have that. I only exchange sexual energy with him. I only have since my husband. For real? And that's literally like 8 years. And that's where I exchange love, and that's where it is. It's like in soul bonding. The third example is one is generally more fleeting. There may be occasions with friends or loved ones during which we will choose to share love through heart chakra cords. According to the rest of the time, most cords are not only not needed in order to relate, but can tend to create codependency and over-merging. Right? So what's going on lately, since I've seen him, is there's a lot of exchange of love energy. How do I know? Because I'm sitting and I can hear his frequency, and as I sit there in it, Well, there's times when it's turned up and I can feel that he's emotional. But normally it's just a sense of like, it's like a presence, a warm presence with me. It's like he's with me. That's the exchange of love, right? A soul bonding. That's what I said. It was like a union. It's like I don't feel like I'm reaching for you and like I can't, like, where are you? It's never really that if I astral try it, but I always have this cutoff where I won't try to reach out to him. Realistically, no. There's other ones I'll just sit there and reach out to. I told you I can astral travel too, but I don't invade his space. I just don't go into it. I'll go and bug Marshall all the time. What are you doing? Why? I don't know. It's a safe space. I know he recognizes when I'm in it, and I know it's not weird. Then there's Russ, who's just always in my space. It's like, oh, you're in my energy. I can feel you in my energy. Something like that. But that one I can just, it's like a quiet hum, where I just know like he's sitting there with me. The third example is generally more fleeting. Yeah. However, the rest of the time, the chords are not only not needed in order to relate, but can tend to create codependency or overmerging. A good alternative to creating chords is simply allowing your aura to blend or overlap with the aura of the person to whom you want to have more intimate connection. Then when you are apart, you are not likely to be left with their pictures or emotions in your chakra or aura, nor will they likely be left with yours. Learning about decoding allows you to choose what level of connection you desire. Unhealthy chords can drain your energy, dump other people's pain, pictures, and emotions into your body for you to process. And that's what happened after I saw him. I had his energy all over me, so I could see it, right? Controlling you in a number of ways, such as through guilt, subconscious messages, intimidation, fear of lost pictures, creating over-dependency of you on other people or them on you, your free will, keep you stuck in old pictures such as low self-worth, or having to earn love through sacrifice. And that's where it is. You realize that you're sitting fine, and all of a sudden you're getting images. You're thinking about them. You can see old things about them. You're sending me this. You're projecting this so hard on me. Really? Yeah, I'm not in these images. You are. I don't go there. My mind doesn't wander to bad. It doesn't know. It has to be triggered to bad places. The variations are endless, and the number of people and individual problems and imbalances. You may be completely unaware of chords you have received or given to others. Most people are. Luckily, once you get clear of your chords, you gradually begin to feel new ones as they come into you, which makes it easier to keep up with and make choices about. If you have a parent, and that's where it is like, so, I have a psychic chord with Morgan now. Really? Yeah. Meaning I can, I have a connection, and that's where it's like, okay, I gotta go to Morgan's. I see myself going, And that's where it is. It's like we're reaching for each other. We have a psychic connection. On page 133. If you feel you have a parent or someone else in those presence who always feel you always feel drained, or whose emotions you always feel inside yourself. And that's it, where you're always stressing their problems. You're always feeling bad for them all the time and shit. It is a good indication that you have an unhealthy chord with that person. I take a lot of their feelings. I can take a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like what happened to Lewis and his dog. You know what I mean? When he loses races, when things happen to them, I take it in harsh. Because we have a cord. We're connected. We can't break them. Trust me. I've done all kinds of shit. Ours are, seriously, they can't. This doesn't work for us. Trust me, I tried. Removing a cord is done very gently in order to elicit minimal reaction to the other person, or to eliminate chances of chakra damage. See the illustration on page 5A on page 134. Yeah, chakra damage. They talk about it. I read about it when I started looking into cord cuttings and cord removals, what would happen. And it really is, I didn't tear no cords. I didn't have any, oh, God, why do I always get that image of you? I didn't have any psychic cords with Wolfman. He just does, he invocates real hard to me. And I see the most disgusting image in my head. Oh, God. Why did you do that? Can you put a better image of my head, please? Anyways, pulling and jerking a cord, that's what he was doing. On a... Sorry. I can't even see the words. Pulling or jerking a cord out can, in some cases, actually create scar tissue and tear in your etherical body. It can also cause the other person to retaliate psychically. That would be Russ. He did not like that. It can also cause the other person... Yeah. Therefore, when you remove a cord, always pull it away gently, all around its perimeter, a little at a time, where it attaches to your body. Then place the cord, place at the end of the cord that you have loosened from your body in a rose. Well, there's other ways. There's lots of ways to cord cut. When do you cut? I mean, it's also, honestly, it's at a psychic level, right? So as you change your, that's what happened with Russ. We used to have such a strong psychic connection. He would interrupt my conversations. He still feels me. I just don't feel him. And that's what's, he can't make a full connection like that. You're cut off from God, huh? Such a familiar feeling, isn't it, for you? We used to have such a strong connection. He's actually very interruptible. He interrupts a lot of my other connections. And, what is it? So that I'm never alone. It's not a bad thing. And sometimes I thank him for it. I didn't understand it. It was annoying. It's like, why are you always there? You're like always there. You're like always there. You're like God. You're like always there. It's like God and Russ. God and Russ. And God and Russ. Oh, there's Bobby. Oh, how lovely. Oh, it's just like a whole party over here. Yeah. And then Hawk. And they're just all there. Like, really? So much energy flowing through. But yeah, he was just always constant. I'm like, And then I realized that it's not a terrible thing. He made a contract that no matter what, I would not be alone. And it's a contract back both ways. And that's why he doesn't lose the sense of me. So that he knows I'm always there. That's nice. If it feels like what I feel like with Bobby, then that's a nice feeling, I suppose. To have that, you know what I mean? That warm feeling that you're not alone. That's not what I get off of you, Russ. Like, it's Russ. Russ is in my energy. Russ is breathing on me. Really? Yeah, even when I'm dying, I'm like, God, it's Russ. I've got to get up. And didn't I say it like a week ago? I was like, you have to get out of the dark night of the soul when you see Russ. It's like, it's time to get out now. If you're my only friend in here, I've got to leave. If I start pouring my heart out to you, it's time to go. Really? Yeah. Really? I've sunk to the lowest of lows. Really? Kind of. But he's there. He's always there. And that's the soul contract. Really? Yep. Can't. Yep. Yep. It's never going anywhere. And that's it. It's like, psychically I'm on that level. I'm on his level. Like never ever anymore. It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. So when I'm in a state of love, I'm always connecting with certain people, and especially Bobby, right? Because that's where I pour it out into. Why? I don't know. Where else am I supposed to be? So when I'm in these states, I can connect closer to other people. This goes on forever about how to do it. Be in present time. Be in the here and now. That's important. Your call activation. Nope, we're moving on. Let's go into the dolphin cards that take forever to read. So they talk about this lady was studying the dolphin programming of the dolphin patterning of programming and patterning of dolphin minds, and she started to have a higher conscious experience, which we call in our world a spiritual awakening. Her spirit guides were motherfucking Palladians, the seven sisters, the star system, beings from that star system that are right above our heads. That's where she got her information, and they talk to her and they talk to me. I usually get it, I have a chakra that they load information in. Alright, we're going to pick a card. Fuck. All the way over there. I'm ready for bed. How about that sleep chamber? She's in her chambers. Chambers of secrets. What does that mean? I'm sleeping, bro. I'm in my coffin. I do a lot of that. I'm seeing Odin, where he takes that real deep sleep. It's like this one wasn't foreseen. Will they ever wake up? I don't know. I just really got a visual of chili beans. Yeah, a big plate of chili with crackers. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna get eat that. That sounds delicious. With some cheese, shit, and sour cream. That sounds delicious. I just got a vision of that. I want that. That sounds delicious. Yes. Okay. Pick a card. Any card. Oh, one just fell. What does it say? Lessons. Seriously? Yeah. I don't want to learn another lesson. Fuck off. What lesson do you want to learn? Seriously? I don't know. They're all gonna suck ass, aren't they? Faraway shores. There we go. Are we running away? My tummy hurts. I don't know why I got that visual, but now I'm smelling like chili powder and shit. I'm like totally thinking about some homemade chili, bro. But since I don't be making homemade chili, I'm probably gonna have to buy some in a can or something. I don't know. That just sounds so good. Where'd I go to? Liberation. We're going to far off shores. This is a long, and there's lessons. This is a long ass. Can I save this for tomorrow? How long have we been talking? 42 minutes? I feel like I'm going to stop. Let me just read the beginning, and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Really? Yeah, my heart chakra's going off. I feel it. Yeah? Which one? The higher heart, I believe, because it's at the top of my chest. It's hurting. Oh, need some heart chakra oil. Oh, my heart's exploding. I'm full of love. Love hurts, bro. Did you know that? Did anybody ever tell you that before? Food chain. No float. Far away. Taking a journey. Isn't that exactly what the Three of fucking Wands said? Traveling. Having a travel bug. Being connected to someone or a place far away. Maybe a trip is being planned. We may be thinking fondly of a beloved one or friends far away. A broader view. Connections through thought or prayer. This is exactly what we were just talking about. Mind and heart links at distance. Oh my god. He's pulling on my heartstrings. Who knows? I have a lot of them. Studying foreign languages and cultures. We do a lot of that. Traveling to exotic, faraway places through books, movies, and our imagination. I do that a lot too. The heaven or spirit world where our ancestors live, along with angels, spirit guides, and masters. Dolphins and whales migrating and traveling to far away shores. Wow. It's only one page. That's never true. This never happens. This never happens. We're going to read this one page. We could be planning a trip. We could be planning a trip to a faraway land. Maybe we're musing or remembering people and faraway places that we've connected to. They are part of our pod, or spiritual family, no matter how far away they may live. See what I mean? We were talking about them. It's a connection. We could be traveling by boat. This is that Six of Swords. We long for the first sight of land, when our faraway shore first comes into view. There is a thrill in seeing new places and leaving our daily life behind. Every day is a new adventure in which we feel freed up and open to guidance and synchronicities. I was saying that I don't have a connection with Russ, but I saw him on a plane yesterday. We allow the universe an opportunity to free float new people and auspicious connections into our life. Traveling gives us ample opportunity for many magical meetings and a change in direction. Our mundane life and daily routines has been left at home. We jump on the track to uncharted waters and magical free flow. Dolphins are connected to other pods and dolphins all over the world. They circle the Earth's ocean, spreading messages of unity as a community of love. They may not see all their dolphin relatives near faraway shores, but they are all communion with them through their collective conscious and telepathy. That's what I said. We have a connection. Really? Yeah. I heard a wonderful story from a person who attended a Native American ceremony on the southern shores of California. This native tribe has an ancient ceremony called in and pray for the dolphins. They commune with them and they also call them in to the shorelines, sometimes from far away. Some natives call them with conch shells. That's these right here. Oh no, those are Crowley shells. And voices. Others call them with a flute. My friends who attend this ceremony describe its beauty. Musical instruments were played to call the dolphins. These were songs of prayer and blessing to keep the dolphins protected and strong, and for them to continue I'm getting a download, on in health and happiness. That's why I'm called to Alaska. It's for the same thing. I'm called there for the whales, not the dolphins. I'm called there for the whales, to do the same thing, to connect with them. It was also a call for the dolphins to come to the shore to bless the ceremony and the people with their special presence. Just as the red-orange sun sank behind the horizon on the ocean like a huge red lantern, 3 beautiful dolphins arched in the air in a synchronized leap and landed in the pool right in front of the people. My friend was amazed, but the tribal people explained that they always come to the ceremonial call in this way. This is always a double blessing. The prayers of people bless the dolphin and their presence, and response blessed the people. On page 80. Well, that lined it up. They're not all terrible, but you need to understand what they are to release the toxicity of what they are. How many times do we got to keep doing this, Bobby? And that's why I said, it's like nobody's learning. We just keep doing this. We got to keep. Why do we keep doing it? It was the same thing as Russ. I am so sick and tired. And when I'm not sick, I am tired. And when I'm not, I am fucking sick and tired of this. And that's what it was like. It's just, you're not getting it. We're not getting it. Really? Yeah. Yeah. And then afterwards, it's not so terrible. It's just love. When it's all done, it's just love. You know what I mean? Like, going back to my former roommate, Chris. He was the biggest curse and the biggest blessing in my life at the same time. The biggest fucking curse and the biggest blessing in my life at the same time. I needed his help so badly. But in my need of help, oh man, did I have to learn, you know what I mean? Did I have to face myself? I learned so much about living with that man. And God, you know what I mean, put me in a place. Yeah. And that's where it is as you fill out, you know, you have contracts for the rest of your life with people. You haven't met them yet. They're waiting for you. You know what I mean? You guys are going to meet. It's not late. You won't miss them. It's at the right time, at the right place. We meet for an exchange of energy so that we can, you know what I mean? We can learn something about ourselves. Really? Same thing with the animals. You can't expect that you're going to sit there and, capture a fucking an eagle. When the bear comes to me, I'm not going to keep the bear and put a leash on it. When I sit before the wolf, I'm not going to try to, try to sneak it into my backyard. My moment with the wolf is in the moment in the wild. But I can't bring the wolf home. It'll eat up all my livestock. My moment with the eagle is my moment in the wild. But I can't bring it home. It'll eat up my freaking livestock. My moment with the wolf is my moment with the wolf, but I can't bring it home. Keep that in mind. You have these amazing adventures with these amazing creatures called people, but they're not meant to come home with you. You can't, you know what I mean? You're not meant to build a future with them. You're meant to have an amazing adventure, but they're not, you can't keep every mystical creature in your life forever. And that's something going back to, looking at Bry. He's a great guy, dude. I wouldn't even try to taint him with my negativity. Just to see a great guy and know a great guy and not try to want a great guy and try to make a great guy your guy, but just admire that there's great guys and leave him to be a great guy for all to admire is a great thing. You know what I mean? And there's many of them. It's like, you'd like them to come into your life because you think that they would make, your life great, but what would you do to their life? And then you realize you stop worrying about that. You need somebody that, as I posted, it's like, I want somebody that's obsessed with me and never gets tired of me. That, you know what I mean? I don't have to impress, but that is just impressed with my very existence. If that's not me for you, then I hope you find that person. That's what that is. And it's like, you want these people to stay in your life, Going back to last winter, when I lived in my car, I met Ray. And Ray was so important to me, and he was a great friend, and he looked out for me, and he meant so much to me while I was out there. But the very second I came here, I was forced to realize that our lives no longer aligned. As soon as I got checked in here, I called Ray to tell him the great news. I finally got took into housing. And I told him about it. And I told him it was mainly Venezuelans. And he went all kinds of off. Almost like my father would have, to be honest. He just went all kinds of, Republican racist on it. And I just knew right then it was over. I couldn't keep a relationship with this man, and it wasn't like I didn't already know it, and we were already being separated, but he was exactly what I needed when I met him. And I didn't use him for anything. I paid all dues aside. I would treat him like a good friend and vice versa. But when I moved out here, it was over. And that was the same thing with, with Chris. I told everyone, I was like, when I walk out this door, he's going to lose everything too. And that was it. He couldn't get his check. And he couldn't get his, He lost his whole house and couldn't get his check till I walked out the door and received my money first. And that's what happened. I saw that would happen. And, that's what these contracts are meant. And then you think about these two men that were in the middle of, they actually make a hustle out of it. I know that now. But those two men in the middle of fucking nowhere in Nevada, they say, oh, we do this all the time. Yeah, because they can get people to come out the pocket, but I was really poor, so they really just helped me. But they were at the right place when I really needed somebody. I needed them right then, and they were right there. They were sitting on their porch, at 3 o'clock in the morning. They heard the whole thing go down. And they were right there, and it's like that was a contract that we would meet for a small period in time, and I will never forget you, and you'll never forget me. And that's all it was. These meetings. They're not chance. Nothing happens by chance. That's not true. It's all organized. Trust me. God is watching everything. He puts every little piece together. Every star is put in its perfect little place. And that's why you be wanting to move forward, but it's not time. You're going to miss. You're not going to. He won't let you, and that's why. You're not going to want to miss this. So you need to sit still for a minute. And that's how it could be. I'll be on my way to work and then all of a sudden hit a fucking train. Be stuck there for 15, 25 minutes wondering why I even left the house and if I still want to go to work. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not supposed to be where I thought I was supposed to be at this time. I needed to be stopped. Because when I, you know what I mean? Where I'm running early. There's no such thing as late. Time is not real. So that's what that means. You know, everybody you met taught you something about yourself and made you strong and wise to go on in your adventure. They're not always the best experiences, but they made you stronger than you were, wiser. They all have something to offer. They all teach you something. All the time. I learn all kinds of stuff. Today I was sitting right before I came up. Some guy, he had this like little transit kind of like cool little van. He opened the doors and he's doing some kind of work on another car, but I'm watching him get in and out of his van. He's got a whole fucking office in there filled with all kinds of tools and little little drawers, and I don't know what he's doing. I was just watching him from afar. And I was like, man, I just want to watch you. I bet I could learn something. You know, people teach you things. They have skills from their lives, and you get to witness it. You get to come across someone, and they get to teach you something that you never knew. You know, going back to my first husband, like he taught me a whole new world. He took me away from. At that time I was still so fresh behind the ears. I was only in California a couple months. I wasn't really Californianized before he took me to Mexico. And I had only known Colorado. He showed me a whole different fucking world. You know, he taught me all kinds of things. And his family, even though they didn't care for me, they cared for me. And they taught me how to be a mother. They taught me how to cook. They taught me all kinds of crazy shit. Every person, you know what I mean? His father, it's so funny. You think about all the Mexican women that taught me how to cook food. But his father, bro, his father knew how to make an Arabic dish that he taught me how to make, and I fucking love that shit, bro. And I don't know what it is, but I know how to make it, every bit of it. And he told me he learned from he had an Arabic friend that taught him how to make it. The only thing we didn't have was the proper rice, but that was it. So we would make the rice con tomate. But it was still cool, dude. He showed me how to make this really cool shit, bro. All the shit the women taught me, that was cool. I didn't learn how to make tamales, unfortunately. Some of that shit I didn't even want to learn. I'm not into menudo, but I like a pozole. Fucking all kinds of cool stuff, and that's what it is. A soul contract is, you have lots of contracts with lots of souls you're going to meet up here. You know what I mean? And, you know, when you're ready to break this contract, it's like, you know, and it's not about breaking it, it's just completing it. I feel like we completed it, that we don't have unresolved business. That's what that means, when you have unresolved business. That there's more to be said and more to be done, more to be taught, more to be experienced. That's what I said. Russ, you can't teach me anymore about myself, bro. You're not, you know what I mean? Those were parts of myself I've already healed. I need someone to show me a different part of myself, you know, to challenge a different area in my life. And that's what it is someone that's always challenging me to challenge myself. We're pushing each other to be better in different areas, to where we don't need to be challenged by the outside, but we can challenge each other together to face these things together. But for now, we'll just do smoke and mirror signs from across the U.S. and wherever everybody is at this particular timeline. Where are you guys at? Roll call. And that's the twin flames. Yep. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.